welcome back to Expert Guides Tutorial Services. So, my name is Miss Rels or Mom Rels, whichever you prefer to call me. And for today, I will be your teacher. So, let me just give a brief introduction regarding myself before everything else. So, my name is Rala Leonice T. Feliciano. You can call me, as I've mentioned, as Mom Rels or Miss Rels. I am a graduate of BS Electronics Engineering from Bataan Peninsula State University, Justice 2020. Now, I have also been a USC scholar under RA 7687 for 5 years during my college years. And I have been a former executive auditor and program speaker for our volunteerism group, which is Balangay Bayani, from 2015 up to 2017. Now, I have also experienced being an elementary school tutor as well as a helper for our municipality, City Peso, for my scholarship during the summers of 2017 and 2018. And for my internship, I took that up from June 3 up to August 6, 2019 at Texas Instrument at Clark, Pampanga, under the position of QFN Assembly Process Engineering. Now, let's move forward. Now, another special polynomial is the square of a binomial, or also known as the perfect square trinomial. So when it comes to this one, if you were given two terms, which is x and y, and they're going to be squared, for example, like this one. So you're going to get the square of the first term. This is going to be x squared. And then you're going to get twice the product of the first and last terms. What does that mean? You're going to multiply x times y times 2. So twice the product of the first term and last term. Or in formula, that is 2xy. And then you're going to add the square of the last term, which is y squared. So for example, we have x squared minus 8x plus 16, or also known as the square of quantity x minus 4. So if you can look here, we squared the first term. So this is x squared. And then we're going to multiply x by negative 4, which is negative 4x, and then multiply it by 2. So twice the product of the first and last term, or 2xy. Therefore, we get negative 4x times 2 is negative 8x. Okay. And then we're going to square lastly the last term. So we have negative 4 squared. So negative 4 times negative 4 is equal to positive 16. Let's have another example for this one. So we have to square the binomial quantity, or the square of quantity c plus 6. So what are we going to do here first? We're going to square the first term twice, and then add twice the product of the first and last term, and then square the last term. So by simplifying this one, we get c squared plus 2 times 6 is equal to 12c. And then this one, 6 squared is 36. So this is our final answer to the square of c plus 6. We also have the cube of a binomial. So what happens if we have the cube of a binomial? We have actually two examples for this one, or two cubes, which is x plus y cube, and then also x minus y cubed. So it has two examples na here. So for example, we are given x plus y, and then you're going to cube this quantity. So the first thing that you're going to do is to what? We have to cube the first term, which is this one. And then the next one is you're just going to what? You have to put 3. 3 here. 3 here, and then another 3 here. And then you're going to get the square of the first term multiplied by the last term. So we have x squared and then y. And then for the next one, we have the square naman of the last term multiplied by the first term. So we have xy squared. So as you can note here, the square just travels from the first term, and then after the first term, si second term naman or si last term naman. So it just travels. And then after that is we have to cube the last term, which is y cubed. Now, if it is positive or the sign between them is addition, then all the signs in the cube format is all positive. But when it is negative, then the sign should be alternating. So the first term is positive, second term is negative, next is positive, next is negative. So it finishes with a negative cube of the last term. So for example, we have x plus 8. So we have to cube this quantity, right? So the cube of the first term is equal to x cubed. And then you're going to get what? 3 multiplied by the square muna ng ating first term times the last term. So we have 3 times x squared times 8. So 3 times 8 is 24, and then we have x squared. And then the next one, magta-travel naman siya. Magta-travel si square natin from the first term. Dito naman tayo kay last term. So si square mo si last term, and then multiply it by x, or ating first term, and then yung 3. So we have 8 squared is equal to 64 multiplied by 3. We have 192 times x. So you have 192x. And then the last one we're going to cube is 500. We have to cube 8, which is equal to 512. So ganun din naman kapag x minus 8 cube tayo, since same lang tayo ng given, ang pinagkaiba lang natin is yung sign. I just wanted to show you guys, so when it becomes minus, or this is subtraction, or you have to cube the difference of two terms, ang mangyayari lang, we're going to alternate the sign. So this is positive, this is negative, this is positive, and this is negative. So that's what happens when you're going to cube a binomial. So for example, this one, we have to cube c plus 6, or quantity c plus 6 cube. So what are we going to do? Cube first the first term. So we have c cube, and then multiply 3, and then the square of the first term, so si first term muna ang ating isa-square, and then si last term. So we have 3c squared 6. And then titignan naman natin si last term naman ang ating isa-square. So therefore, we have 3c6 squared, which is this one. And then we have to cube the last term, which is 6. So let's simplify. We get c cubed plus 3 times 6 is 18. So we have 18c squared. And then 6 squared is 36. Multiplied by 3, we have 108c. Plus the cube of 6 is equal to 216. So this is our final answer. Now, how about if we have a, or the cube of quantity a minus 9? So let's first cube a, and then have 3 times what? 3 times the square of the first term times the last term. But since this is negative, so dapat ang second term mo is negative then. So alternating. Positive si first term, negative si last term, positive si third term, negative si last term. Therefore, ito tayo. So square natin si a cubed, si first term. Then we have 3a squared times negative 9. Tapos, si last term naman is square natin. So negative 9 squared times 3 times a. Ito tayo. And then cube the last term, cube negative 9. So therefore, pag sinimplify natin, we have a cubed minus, so negative 9 times 3 is negative 27. We have negative 27a squared. And then this one, we have negative 9 times negative 9 is positive 81. Multiplied by 3, we get 243a. And dito tayo, negative 9 times negative 9 times negative 9, we have negative 729. So since we have no more any similar terms, so this is the final answer that we have if we cube a minus 9. And another thing is the product of a binomial and a trinomial. So in multiplying binomials and a trinomial, we just multiply the first term of the binomial with the 3 terms of the trinomial separately, And then do the same for the second binomial term. So anong ibig sabihin nun? We're just going to distribute. For example, we have to evaluate this one or multiply binomial x plus 1 sa ating trinomial which is 8x squared plus x plus 4. So anong gagawin natin una? This one. So i-multiply mo muna yung unang term ng ating binomial, tig-isa dun sa ating tatlong terms ng trinomial. So una muna si x. X multiplied by 8x squared. So kapag same law of exponents, so kapag same variable sila, and you're going to multiply same base, which is x, you're going to add the exponent. So x raised to 1 times x raised to 2. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So we have x raised to 3 or x cubed. So this is 8x cubed. Next, we have x multiplied by itong second natin, which is x. X times x is equal to x squared. And then x multiplied by 4, we have 4x. Since tapos na tayo sa first term ng ating binomial, dito naman tayo sa second, k1. So we have 1 multiplied, ganun din ulit. We're going to multiply 1 with each of the 3 terms ng ating trinomial. So we have 8x squared, since this is 1, as is na lang din to. So we have 8x squared, we have x, and we have 4. And then we're going to add everything that we have obtained. Lahat ng nakuha natin. So we add 8x squared plus x squared plus 4x plus 8x squared plus x plus 4. Therefore, we're going to what? You can actually rewrite them into the same or fix them in order of their degree. So we have 8x cubed, this is the highest, and the similar terms that we have is x squared plus 8x squared, which is equal to 10x squared. And then 4x plus x is equal to 5x squared. So therefore, the simplified term or the output or answer for this one is 8x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x plus 4. So let's try to answer this example. So we have to multiply binomial m plus n times the trinomial 2m squared plus 4mn plus 2n squared. So what are we going to do first? We're going to multiply m to each of these terms of ang ating trinomial. And then after m, ito naman tayo sa ating second term na ating binomial. And then we're going to multiply each of them sa tatlong terms. So let's try. So m multiplied by 2m squared, we have 2. And then m times m squared, 1 dito, plus 2 is equal to m cubed. So we have 2m cubed. Next one, m multiplied by 4mn. So 4 lang ang ating coefficient. So ito si 4. And then m times m. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So we have 4m squared. Since wala kang n dito, tapos meron lang tayong n dito. So just copy paste. Therefore, we have 4m squared n. Then we're going to multiply to the last term. Therefore, meron tayong 2m n squared. And then do the same for this one. So kalat mo lang din dito. So n times 2m squared, we have 2m n squared. And then the last one, 2 times 4mn is equal to 4mn squared. And then this one is equal to 2 times n cubed. So therefore, we can simplify this expression as 2m cubed plus 6m squared n plus 6mn squared plus 2n cubed. Okay. So I hope we got the same answer for this one. Now let's see. Alright, so the next topic that we're going to learn will be factoring. So that's for our topic, or that's it for our topic of polynomials for today. Now, if you want, or please note, if you have any questions or you want to make any reservations, these are the numbers or hotlines for Expert Guides Tutorial Services. So we offer reviews for college entrance exam online, as well as enrichment programs for the 3 subjects, mathematics, science, and English. Now, these are the coverage of those three subjects. We offer 112 hours of intensive review, a series of speed tests, career orientation, as well as refresher classes. Again, if you want to make reservations or you want to have inquiries for us, these are our hotlines or numbers. Right? Thank you very much for listening and have a good day.